Now, as I mentioned, we're here at the Great Pumpkin Patch, and they have a wonderful bakery. And when I think of bakery and eating stuff on Prairie Fire, I think of I can't eat without my good friend
That's
Tanisha
right.
Spain.
They called me back in to
That's
sample
right.
some of the local fare.
So what they have here, which is their specialty, Tanisha, is their icing covered pumpkin cookies, and they have actual pumpkin cookies. And I
Let's
got
do
you
it.
a soda from
Yes.
the 2 Mile Sweet Shop.
Oh.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's see what this tastes like. I don't think I've had it. Not
Wow.
too shabby.
Very good.
Very
Like
good.
it.
You know, when I found out you were coming out here, I had to come too, because it seemed like if it was going to work for Prairie Fire, we could definitely find some great content for Mid-American Gardener. And we've talked all things pumpkin today with the one of the owners here, Matt Condell. So, and he was telling me, how many hundreds of varieties of pumpkin do they grow here?
300 at least.
300 plus. So we're probably, chances are, eating a homegrown pumpkin in one of these cookies.
Try
so
one.
let's see what we get
Oh,
here.
I'm going to try this one.
It's been a really incredible day. This is the first time I've been here. I understand you've been before, right?
I've taken my kids, yes.
Yeah?
Couple times.
I think I'm going to be a regular. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
This is good.
That's delicious. When we were walking around, I caught up with Mac earlier, and he walked us through some of the grounds, showed us the patches, and we really got to talk about why this is just so much more than a pumpkin patch. Okay, so our last stop here on our grand tour of the Pumpkin Oasis is the Children's Garden.
Yeah.
Love this, actually. And we've seen a ton of kids, lots of school groups out here today. Why is it so important to get these kids out here and get them hands-on?
Well, I just think they don't get an opportunity to be like hands-on a farm like we used to. Back in the early 1900s, over 80% of the US population had a direct connection to the land. So 80 out of 100 people grew up on a farm, grandma had a farm, grandpa, whatever.
Yes.
Now less than 2% of the US population.
Wow.
So 2 out of 100 even know where one is or what it looks like or anything. So we have 98 out of 100 people out there that have no connection. And I think that one, it's reality. And two, I think there's still something longing. I think there's something, I think you're seeing it this today. People kind of relax when they come on the farm, right? And we are a legit production farm, right? We're 6th generation now with my kids. You know, we're still production based. Everything's grown here. We've got, you know, a little nod to the animal diversity. We used to grow corn and soybeans as well, but now it's just cucurbits. So we're all cucurbits the whole time.
Now, how did your family make that transition?
Okay, yeah. So we started in 1989. Well, in the mid 80s, I was just a little guy with 3 brothers, and farming was bad, really bad in the 80s. Several droughty years, very low prices. That's when a lot of people lost their family farm in the 80s. So people either went even more into debt and tried to get bigger to cover. They had to sell the farm, or they had to diversify or find some way to supplement, right? So my parents went back to work in education, subbed and things like that. And we started this pumpkin patch, what is now the Great Pumpkin Patch. So we always grew pumpkins. We had them in the backyard, you know, and there's a fascination with kids and pumpkins.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it, but you still see it to this day.
Oh, yes.
Big kids turn into little kids. You know, I saw a woman yesterday that's 80 plus, and I've never seen so many pumpkins in my life. You know, just such a fun reaction to this vegetable. And then when we can open people's eyes to the diversity, then all of a sudden, I think these connections and these experiences can get a little bit deeper and can kind of put a perspective on what it is that is still reality. It's still seasonal. There's still some truth to agriculture and how these things are produced, because you go and think of other places you can buy a pumpkin. You know, they're in a cardboard box on the sidewalk of a big box store, right? There's no experience there, right? The product is maybe there, but the experience is not. So, you know, we pride ourselves on providing a safe place for everyone to experience the harvest season and to connect to the land and each other.